Hey everybody, and welcome to this 15 minutes live. And it's a very sad day for me today. So it's a Sunday morning, and it's about 10:54, as you can see from the clock there. So it's 10:54, and I was up early this morning, and I had to take some people back to the airport this morning, and I just came back. At about 15-20 minutes ago, and as we were sitting, my family, and we were talking, and we spoke about the Arnold Schwarzenegger incident that happened yesterday. But let me just go back to I'll start from yesterday. So so this whole weekend started on Friday. So we have this Arnold Schwarzenegger sports event in South Africa, in Johannesburg, South Africa, Sandton specifically. So it's a very big event. It's an annual event. It's a very big event, and this year there was a total of, I think it was 95 different sports events, and this is all in this area. So in the Sandton area. So there was about 95 different sports events, ranging from weightlifting, karate, jiu-jitsu, or I don't know, there was rollerblading, ballroom dancing, Latin dancing, just a whole lot of different physical sports events. So 95 different sports events, and apparently there was like 25,000 athletes that was competing. And we participate, not we, my children participate in the Arnold sports events annually. And 2 years ago, although we never got to see Arnold 2 years ago, he makes his round. So he comes around, and then he pops into each of these sports, and each of the sports events has got its own wall, it's got its own area. So if you look at the convention center, there's a number of floors within the convention center, and you have different halls where these sports events happen. And Arnold would pop into these sports events. So 2 years ago, when Arnold popped in the hall where we were not there at the time, so we missed him, and we never got to see Arnold. And then the only time I got to see Arnold was as he was entering into the hotel, and we were driving past, and we only got a glimpse of him as he exited the vehicle and as he walked into the hotel. So I got a street view of Arnold as he walked in. But this year was a bit different, and it's a very happy, sad moment. Very happy, sad moment for me, because this year I got to see Arnold. I got to see him from a very, very short distance. So it's a really big event, and there's people from all over the country traveling to come to the sports event. I mean, Arnold is a well-known action and movie figure, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he's the superhero, and we've got people coming from all over the country. So as you guys know, we run a self-catering apartment. We have a self-catering apartment on the premises. So we had people from the Western Cape area that lived here over the weekend. And with the sport, the children, they make new friends, and these friends are from remote locations. So there was a couple of people that came to visit on Friday night. So these are all people that traveled from remote locations into the Johannesburg area. And the children invited some of the friends over, and they had like a nice braai, which is a barbecue to the Americans. So we had a nice braai, and then they had like a nice open fire. They were sitting around the open fire and they were socializing. And then it was Friday night, and there was competition the Friday, and then the Saturday, which was yesterday. After the competition, we invited more of the friends and participants and dancers over to our place, and they kind of had an overnight. So they didn't really sleep. They were up all night chatting and laughing and catching up. And this morning, everybody was on their flights back. Those who drove all drove back this morning. And it's now 11 o'clock, and the house is quiet, the property is quiet, so everybody has left. So it was really a nice time. It was really a joyous time to have all these people and have all these athletes with us catching up. It was really nice having them, and we've become personal friends, and we've become friends with everyone. So that's the happy part of it. What I was very happy about is that I got to see Arnold. He was very, very close to me, his physical proximity, and but let me just break it down. So we in this hall, and clearly this hall is so it's all in Sandton, and you have a number of sports events happening all over the place. So you can basically walk from one hall to the next hall, and you can walk to the next and to the next, all within walking distance. But it spreads over a wide area. And if you just look out, you just see all these banners, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it's just an awesome event. And so my son and daughter, they do Latin and ballroom dancing. So with dance sport, so they got these certificates. And my daughter won these first prizes. So the one is for youth Latin, youth championship Latin. So they got the first prize for Youth Championship Latin, and they got the first prize for Youth Championship Ballroom, right? So that's my younger daughter. My son also does a ballroom, but unfortunately, although he was registered to participate, unfortunately his employer had an emergency at the office, and they needed him at the office, and he had to forfeit participating yesterday, so he didn't get to participate. But I was hoping for one more medal in the under 21 championship ballroom. Unfortunately, it didn't work out that way, but I'm happy with what we got. So we really did well as a team. So yeah, before they participated, or while they were participated, so the competition came to a halt, and then Arnold walked in. And when Arnold walked in, I mean, think about it as we were basically in an indoor basketball court. So the dance floor was the basketball court, and then we had like seating stands. So we were up in the seating stands, and then Arnold came in, and what I noticed was there was no security around Arnold. I never noticed anyone storming Arnold. So Arnold came in, they just cleared the pathway. Arnold walked in, everybody was excited. I was the most excited to see Arnold, and he walked in, and then they put him up in front, and everybody was just coming up to him, like they gave him like maybe a 3-meter space, and everybody was coming up, and they gave him the mic to make a quick announcement. And I could understand he's very busy. He's got 95 of these sports events to attend and show face and say something. So I expected it to be very brief. And he came in, and then they gave him the mic, and he just stood up and he walked up on top on the stage, and he just said a few brief words. Nothing fancy, just like a father would talk to his children or to his grandchildren. He just spoke to the people, no prepared speech, no long stories, just a quick word. Hi, you people, how are you doing? I'm very happy to be here. Stay fit, stay active, stay away from the TV. It was at a level where he's talking to the young kids, he's talking to the youth, and he's just telling them, keep fit, keep healthy, keep exercising, keep active. I'm very happy to be here, blah, 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 that type of thing. So it was very quick. Everybody shouted, and then he said, see you all around. I'm up and about. I'm around here. See you guys around. Shook some people's hand to take a few selfies. And it's very difficult for a celebrity, I know. It's tiring. It takes a lot from you. Everybody wants your attention. And then Arnold was off. And Arnold is off. We gave him a good send-off, and he was gone, and the competition was going on. And while the competition was on, we get these social media feeds that someone assaulted Arnold in one of the nearby halls. And I couldn't believe it. To be honest with you, I couldn't believe it. Why and who would want to assault Arnold? I just couldn't believe it. And I was filled with anger. When someone showed me the video, it was on social media, and someone showed me the video, I was angry. Honestly, I was angry. And I felt like I wanted to go to one of the nearby halls where this incident happened, and whoever did this, I felt like I wanted to assault that person. To be honest with you, that is the emotion I went through. And then I looked at the video and a number of angles of the video, and I just couldn't believe that someone would assault Arnold. And I was really angry, and I really wanted to do something about this. But I knew, like, okay, there's now nothing you can do about it. And I think it's a very sad day for mankind, because something that one person did, I think it's a very sad day for mankind. But I'm thinking, should mankind take responsibility for this one person's action? But the fact that, the person could do such a thing, I honestly don't know, seriously. And I just felt sad for mankind. I felt sad for black people, because it's a black person that did it. I just felt sad sad and embarrassed for black people. I felt sad and embarrassed for African people, because it happened on the African continent. I felt sad and embarrassed for South Africa, because it happened in South Africa. And yeah, I know that we cannot take responsibility for one person's action. I don't know why this person did it. I don't know why this person would want to do something like it. But then, what really made me feel better is when I read Arnold's tweet after that. And it just, all my anger I had, all the anger I had, just Arnold's tweet just brought that down. He just calmed me down, and in his tweet he just said, I'm fine. So you guys probably saw the video, the assault on Arnold, and go read his tweet. And I think his tweet goes something like this. Arnold says in his tweet, I don't have it verbatim, but in his tweet he says he never realized he was assaulted, or he never realized that he was kicked until he saw the video, right? And he said, well, he's fine, nothing to be worried about, he's not injured, he's fine. And then he goes on and he says in his tweet, he's just glad that this idiot didn't ruin his Snapchat. I don't know, he was probably live, or he was taking a video, Snapchat, or he was vlogging, or he was taking a picture. So he just says he's just happy that this idiot didn't ruin his Snapchat, which is very funny, which is very light-headed. It's very reassuring. And if you really look at the video, so the guy came in with a flying kick and he kicked Arnold on the back. But I mean, we're talking about the Terminator here, people. We're talking about the Terminator. I mean, all he did is he just moved Arnold from one standing leg onto the next. Arnold being in his 70s already, that flying kick just moved Arnold from one standing leg onto the next. And it seems like no major damage. I'm really happy that Arnold wasn't injured, but we're just happy that Arnold is okay. And I don't know why this person did it, but yeah, people, that's my 15 minutes live. And I just want to end off to say thank you, Arnold, for what you are doing in the world. Thank you for the role model that you are. Thank you for what you are doing for people around the world. Thank you for what you are doing for underprivileged people, especially us here in Africa. It is really appreciated. I know that you are only one man and you can only do so much. I'm just happy that you are doing something. And I experienced, I've got my medals, it says Arnold, and you are having an impact on me, you are having an impact on my kids, you are having an impact in our community and in this country. Thank you so much, people. Thank you so much, Arnold. Thank you for watching. That's my 15 minutes live, and goodbye.